Hi, welcome to this video where I demo how multitenancy works with Lightbits vCenter plugin version 1.3. My name is Hemant Komaru and I'm a product manager here at Lightbits. Lightbits vCenter plugin provides various UI-driven workflows to provision, monitor, troubleshoot, and manage storage in VMware environments. In this demo, we are going to install the Lightbits plugin, register the admin vCenter, create projects, assign projects to tenants, tenant provisioning, and end with tenant and admin dashboards. To deploy the Lightbits vCenter plugin, navigate to the inventory view on the vCenter, right-click on the ESXi host to run the plugin virtual machine. Select and deploy the OVA file provided by Lightbits for version 1.3. Open the file, hit Next. Provide a virtual machine name or leave the default name and review details. Select the ESXi host where you want to deploy the plugin and click Next. Provide an IP address, review details, and click Finish. The OVA will take a minute to deploy, and you should be able to look at the status on the recent tasks. And once installed, we will power on the plugin virtual machine. Click OK, and the IP address of the plugin is shown in the summary page. The Lightbits admin portal will be available on port 443. Upon first successful login, you will be required to change the password. Now we will register the Lightbits plugin with the vCenter server. Enter your vCenter IP, username, and password, and here you decide if the new vCenter will have an admin or a tenant role. For the demo purpose, we choose the first vCenter to be an administrator. Now the registration is completed successfully, and we can see that it's an admin role. We repeat the steps to add 2 more vCenters as tenants for the demo purpose. We can verify by clicking on the vCenter server on the admin view. Now to register our first cluster, we navigate to the Lightbits plugin and select New Cluster. We enter the Lightbits node information and it will be discovered in the plugin. For this demo, we will add a second Lightbits cluster to the plugin. Cluster is added successfully. Now we can see both the clusters and its information. As an admin, we can start provisioning storage to our tenants. Here is a dashboard of cluster 1, and you can look at the volume status, the cluster overview, and the capacity information. You can also monitor and have a bird's eye view of your infrastructure. We can navigate to the multi-tenancy tab and see all of our tenants and their vCenter information. Now let's start provisioning. Click on Projects and create a project. We create project A from the Lightbits cluster 1 and click OK. It should take a few seconds. Similarly, we create a second project called project B from the Lightbits cluster too, and click OK. Now we assign these projects to tenants with few simple steps. We click on Assign Project to vCenter. We choose the tenant information, the cluster information, and the project name, and click OK. Repeat step for each tenant. A project is a logical separation of storage space for tenants on the Lightbits cluster. Any control plane actions of a given tenant are contained within the corresponding project. Verify details from the multitenancy tab. Now I navigate to the tenant vCenter. In this case, it is tenant A, where we allocated project A as an admin. We navigate to the Lightbits cluster and create a new data store from project A. We give the data store a name, and the previously assigned project should be visible to this tenant. Choose the data store size, and I'm going to accept all the defaults and click Next to verify and submit. This should take a few seconds. And now I can verify my data store A. I can see the project information, the data store information, and the size. Similarly, I can create more data stores under a project. I can go to my volumes tab, and I can see all the data stores that I created. And when I click on a data store, I can see the summary information and the details about my data store. Now I'm going to create a snapshot from this newly created data store A. I provide a snapshot name, retention time. In this case, I'm just going to say 14 days. Description about my snapshot. And I'm going to enable coicing and submit. This is going to take a few seconds. And on the summary tab, I can see I have one newly created snapshot, and when I click on it, I can see the details of my snapshot. And as we create more snapshots, I can see them from the snapshot tab. Now let's create a data store from my newly created snapshot. I navigate to my Lightbits cluster and select Create a new data store from snapshot. I choose my snapshot, hit Next, give the data store a name, and submit. This should be quick. I can verify the new data store from my tenant view. Under the Volumes tab, I can see all my data stores. including the newly created data store from a snapshot. As a tenant, I can also monitor my data store level metrics such as IOPS, latency, and bandwidth. It can be specific to a data store. Now, I'm going to navigate back to my admin view. I can monitor all of my Lightbits clusters and all of my tenants and the metrics associated with each tenant from this view. On the Monitoring tab, I can see the cluster level information, and on the Volumes tab, I can see all the tenants, in this case tenant A, and the data stores and its metrics. Similarly, I can add more tenants and provide a multi-tenancy experience from the Lightbits vCenter plugin. This is the end of the demo. Thanks for watching this video tutorial. For more information, you can visit lightbitslabs.com or contact us at info@lightbitslabs.com.